Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. So today we'll talk about microphones. So let's get started. A microphone is basically a device which captures audio from the external surroundings. Like now I'm using a lavalier microphone right now here, if you can see. So that is used to capture external audio from various sources. Like suppose we have a phone's microphone wherein you are using it to take phone calls and everything. So this mic, it is a very sensitive mic. What happens is whenever you talk, your voice gets into that microphone and it gets transmitted to the other side, like to the other person whom you're talking to. So what happens is most of the noise is removed from it and the user only hears the voice what we speak. So this type of microphone is not usually preferred for videoing and everything, because in the nearby environment we require most of the sound to capture into the microphone so that we get a realistic experience. And most of us use these earphones. So what happens is whenever you use a phone's microphone, like a mobile's microphone, so the audio gets crippled and you do not get the rich audio experience which you would usually experience. So there are two types of microphones. So one is wired and one is wireless. So the wired microphone has two components. One is a transmitter and one is a receiver. So what happens is the transmitter is clipped onto the user and the receiver is clipped onto the audio station. So if you see some TV shows like Indian Idol or Star Plus or anything, you see that some people have a small black color rectangle thing attached to them. So what happens is this type of microphone, this is a lavalier microphone, this is attached via an aux cable to the transmitter, and the transmitter using Bluetooth or whatever components, it sends the data from that person to the main audio station. So what happens there's another box kind of thing like this one, right? So there's another small box kind of thing, and from that we have an aux input from that place to the main place, so that we get a wireless connection. And this type of microphone that we use, it is a lavalier kind of microphone, which we can call it as a condenser microphone. What happens is this microphone is able to capture 360-degree sound so that we get all around sound towards us. So this is not the kind of microphone that is used in voice recording. Like in this video kind of thing, it's okay, but like if you see movies, this type of microphone is not used. So a shotgun microphone is usually used. So if you've seen some movie shootings, they have a long rod something, and at the end they have a microphone, and then they stick it like this, and it's like they stick it like this so it's not visible. So that is a kind of shotgun microphone. So what it does is let us assume that this is the microphone. I'll show you the picture right now. So let us assume that this is the microphone. What happens is, suppose if the person here speaks, then only it will like the range of the mic is only limited from like this area. So whenever a user here he speaks something, then only it gets captured. If suppose we assume that a person is here and trying to speak, it will get captured, but maybe a 10% of the or 20% of the audio will be recorded. Let us assume that the mic is connected like this. I'll show you the picture, but let us assume that a mic is connected like this. So what happens is if you talk from behind, no audio will get recorded. So that's the main advantage of a condenser microphone. And if you are following some of the greatest, some YouTubers, you might know what they use on the DSLRs. So this is the kind of a condenser microphone, if you can see. So what happens is, this is the Amazon link, this is the Rode Video Pro. So what happens is this end, this is the main capturing end of the microphone. So any voice that is sent from here, it will get captured. And from top, almost 10 to 20% is eliminated. And from behind, if we assume that a voice is sent from here, so most of the audio is nullified. So this is the advantage we have in this condenser type of microphone. And usually Rode is one of the good makers of this mic. So if we see this mic, this is a Rode Video Pro. This is around 9,000 rupees, and it is a well built microphone for its price. And going on to the next step, we have some lavalier microphones like this one. This is just a generic version of the microphone. It is not a high class something, it's just a 150 rupees. But the main purpose of a lavalier microphone is to capture nearby sounds. So I have another example. I have this is the general structure of a lavalier microphone which I am using right now. So what happens is the microphone, here we have a small kind of a bush here. If you see in my shirt, I'll show you in some time. If you see here, so this is the clip-on thing, and after that you have this one. This is the main microphone. It contains a small this shape of a ribbon. So what happens is whenever we speak, that ribbon captures the audio and it sends it via this wire. And in my case, this wire is connected to the microphone which you are hearing right now. And this is, which I showed you, is a Boya BY-MM1 microphone, and it is a conventional lavalier microphone, and this has an audio of around like 10 decibels, and it can capture very good sounds. So the Boya BY-MM1 mic which I was talking about, so there is this kind of a structure inside it. So what happens is, this is the outer shield of the mic. So when this is attached to this this normal lavalier mic, so whenever we speak, we get most of the audio in it. And the wind filter, that is actually a wind filter, as you speak, this, like, it's a main component of any mic, like which I showed you, the Rode mic, that has an inbuilt wind filter, and it is like, it has a decibel meter which we can configure so that the, like, whatever sound we like to have in that mic will capture only that. Or else we get another dead cat, which is generally a fur kind of thing that we attach it to it, and I'll get back to that so soon. Like, I'll get back to that right now. So this is the Boya BY-M1 mic which I was talking about. It has a 20 feet cable length, and what happens is this is generally used in vlogging kind of stuff. And if you see this setup, so this is what is generally used here. So it is attached to the shirt, and from that it is connected to the phone, and the phone is mounted on a Manfrotto tripod. So as you can see, this black kind of structure, right, that is a condenser. So what happens is, this particular Boya BY-M1 mic is designed so that it can be fit to either smartphones or else the cameras. So if you see, we have like the aux in our phones. We have like, see this one. Yeah. So the down one, the golden color one, that is our phone's this phone's audio cable, that is TRRS. So what happens is, we have a left and a right receiver. But if we consider the bigger one, this one, it only has one input. So actually this is the different threading. This is 3.5 mm threading and half-inch adapter threading. But what basically is that the pins, right, if you have like this for the mic, like not mic, for the aux one, we have 4 divisions. One is for the power, one is for the R, like one is for left, right, and TRRS. It's in that configuration. So that is used for the like for our mobile phones, so that we get the light and the left audio, and we have the mic connected, like the general earphone setup. So in cameras, what we have is, we have only TRS, not TRRS, because the cameras don't have any output features like from left or right. So it catches only one directional sound. So we usually use this microphones, and this actually TRRS and TRS are 2 types of wires that are generally used. So this, what I'm using, is a TRRS, which is used only in mobile phones. So this Boya BY-M1 which I showed you, that is compatible with both these things. To achieve that, like, we do not just short it like TRRS, we connect both the R's and it is TRS. It's not like that. What happens is, this is a condenser in that mic. So what it does is, it connects those 2 TRRS so that we get the main this audio output. So this one has an on and off switch. So basically it is compatible with both smartphones and general cameras. So when we switch on that, we have a small CLP2 battery which what it does is it connects, like it gives power to the another R, which is generally connected to the smartphone. And by doing that, we achieve a higher, greater amount of sounds, and we get the best audio experience. So this Boya BY-M1 mic is around 1300 rupees, and the previous one, Rode microphone, which I showed you, that this directional mic, this it captures only one directional sound, that is for around 7000 rupees, and that is very popular mic among YouTubers. If you have seen many YouTube setups, so they have the camera, like assume this is the camera, and on top of that they connect like this a bigger mic, if you see. So that is the mic here like this, and this part, where the connection happens, this is the horseshoe mount. Horseshoe mount is basically a setup for flash or mic or whatever we want to fix onto a camera. So that is used to position the mic on top of that. So this Rode microphone which I showed you is a one directional mic, but it is costly. Like it is the one which I showed you is for around 7000 rupees, and we get better audio quality in the higher ranges one. Like we have a 12,000 Rode Video Mic Pro, in which we set the amount of decibel, like amount of sound we want to capture in that. And let me tell you, none of these have batteries in them, but the Boya BY-M1, which can be connected to the smartphone or the camera, has the battery. It has the battery because we need to short the line so that it can be used in both the camera and this one. And this is another example of a shotgun microphone. Shotgun microphone, as I told you before, it is used in most of the cinemas, like cinema shooting. So what happens is we generally employ a big kind of a rod, and on the rod's end we connect a microphone like this. It's like this, okay? So it's like, let us assume that this is my hand is a rod, and this white color marker is this audio microphone. So what happens is, suppose I'm talking, I'll have the mic like this, and the like this one, which you are seeing, the frame is set so that it comes right above here, so that this microphone is not captured in the video. So that is the thing. And the like YouTubers employ some other microphones which is known as small the mic which I showed you, the Rode one, it is a big one, and like professional YouTubers use them usually. So when we see like general people or else some general filmmakers who do not like for short films or something, they use a Rode is a big kind of a microphone, so it's not very handy and that is very costly. So a cheap alternative of that is a small shotgun microphone like this one. So this is another microphone. It's like the lavalier microphone that I showed you. So it also connects to the camera and the smartphone. So what happens is here, I'll just show you. It came out. Okay, leave it. What happens is, here is a ribbon. So the ribbon captures the audio from the surroundings, and this is the horseshoe mount which I told you, right? This one connects to the microphone, to the camera, and this is an aux cable that goes from the microphone to the camera or to the phone. So this, like I showed you the small lavalier microphone from BY-M1, it has a wind filter, right? So this one also has a wind filter, because we do not want the audio to come very, like suppose we are using it in a very windy situations, so we don't want the audio to get distorted so much. So what we do is we use this one. This is a dead cat, not dead cat actually, but it is called like that in filmmaking's name. So we use this on top of the microphone. We just connect them to the we just connect it to the top of the microphone, so that we have a greater wind filter capabilities, and we manage it properly. So this one is also a very costly one. So usually we use a cheaper version of it, which is known as a Boya. Boya actually is a company which is in competition with Rode, not in 100% competition, but it is like Rode is one of the top microphone dealers, and after that we have many dealers. But Boya, what it does is it produces some good products in competition with the Rode, and if you don't have that much like budget, you can directly go and purchase this Boya's mic. So I'm just showing you this general Boya mic which has a wind filter, because the photo, like the Rode one, does not have a photo with the wind filter. So I'll show you this. This is the Boya's mic. So that is the same one, the same construction. If you see, there's no much difference between the Rode and the Boya mic. But the main thing is of the Rode mic can only be used in cameras. Like they have an aux wire which is only compatible with cameras. So if you want to use that in mobile phones or smartphones, so you have to buy another wire which costs around 1300 rupees. And let me tell you, this Boya mic is around 1300 rupees, including both the wires for camera and the smartphone. So that's a huge benefit. So if you see, this is the general setup used. So here we have the camera on top of the smartphone, and the wire which is connected is a TRRS cable. So this is using wind filter. If you see, so that's the microphone and that's the wind filter on top of that. And the wind filter can just be put into microphone easily. It's not difficult at all. So if you see, this is the camera. On camera we use the hot shoe mount to connect the mic to the camera, and it looks like this. So that is the dead cat. Actually the dead cat is not a dead cat. As the name suggests, it's not like that. It's just a normal wool kind of a thing that surrounds the microphone to avoid wind reciprocation. So this is the wind filter that is usually kept onto this. And apart from this, we usually have 3 generic kind of classifications for a microphone. So we can basically consider that we have 3 kinds of microphones. One is condenser type, one is ribbon type, and one is dynamic microphone. So these 3 microphones are used in various purposes within our industries. So mainly when we consider dynamic mics, so dynamic mics, like if you see some if you see some show in which they catch a mic like this and talk, no, that is a dynamic mic. So it has a webbing kind of a thing outside, like on top, right? So that is the wind filter itself. So there's a small black color cloth which protects from the wind. That is a dynamic one. And some of the costly ones are Shure company. Like Shure is the leading brand in this dynamic mics. So we have 2 kinds of Shure microphones that is very famous. Shure 5H78 and Shure 5H77. So after that we have ribbon microphones. The first one which I showed you, the lavalier kind of microphone, or which I'm using right now, this one. So this ribbon kind of microphone contains the lavalier kind of microphones, and even which I showed you, right, this Boya one, which is connected to the smartphone as well as the camera. So that is a ribbon kind of a microphone. And the third type is a condenser microphone. The Rode mic, big one which I showed you, which is like if we put it like this, only the user speaking from this direction, like on the opposite side only, will capture the sound. That is a condenser type of microphone. The big Rode microphone which I showed you, that does not have a wind filter, and if you want a wind filter like a dead cat, that will cost you around 1700 rupees. So this suppose we have some audio recordings, like music recordings, right? In that we have a microphone, and on top of that we have this black color cloth something, right? So that is a pop filter. Yes, that is a pop shield, and that is usually used to record music and those kind of stuff in the music industry. And all these types of microphones are somewhat cheaper, but not the condenser, like not the dynamic mics which are used for talking, right, like this. If you, like in your schools, you might have used a black color microphone in your hand, right? That Ahuja, if you have heard of that, that is a cheaper version of the dynamic mic. So one of the greater companies of dynamic mics is the Shure mic. So I'll end it here today. And so I hope that you like my video of this short tutorial. So I wanted to make it kind of short, but it happened to reach around 17 to 18 minutes. but I think I covered most of the topics that most of the people have doubt about in microphones. So I hope you like this video, and like and subscribe to my channel, and stay tuned for upcoming videos. So see you later. Bye bye.